Black Wall Street is now online, baby. That's right. Visit the GW District. Shop the very best in men's and women's apparel and accessories, home decor, office supplies, books, pantry items, and so much more. The GW District is a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media. We're both veteran and Black-owned, and we're bringing you the best online shopping experience with products made by small businesses. Come and experience the GW District difference today at shopgwdistrict.com. That's shopgwdistrict.com. The GW District, a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm doing good. Just got finished doing a recording with a lovely lady by the name of Jay Rain for the Premium Smoke Room and my subscription-based side of things and everything. And been waiting to interview you to highlight of my week. I got to say, first of all, you have gorgeous skin, pretty ass feet.
Thank you. Thank you.
No doubt. And how have your week been so far?
Just in general?
Yeah. You can do in general, and then you can tell us about whatever work you have done in the business. But go ahead.
It's been good, and just been trying to, I guess, keep up with the work now, because I had some shoots last month and the month before, and just kind of like working on putting out that stuff and just creating more. Like today, I went and created some more stuff today.
So
busy.
So because you pretty much edit your own stuff, am I correct?
Yeah. So when I work with photographers, most of them will edit it and then send me the edited work. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just get all of the stuff unedited. But all of the things that I do by myself or with like other small creators, yeah, I'll just edit my own stuff.
Yeah, because at first I was thinking that, you were just really doing fashion, feet fashion, stuff like that. Then I saw you had dick in your mouth. And I was like, oh, shit, she does boy, girl also.
Yeah, I do boy, girl, girl. I'm a swinger, and I'm bisexual,
Ooh.
Yeah, I do it all, really.
Most definitely. So with that being said, let me do these particulars, and we can get this show on the road, and we can talk about all of this and more here on the Smokers Lounge. You ready?
I'm ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get yourself a profile today. I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, a.k.a. the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find my porn, my music, and the podcast links, all with one link, allmylinks.com/pornrapstar. Let me tell you about 3 wonderful sponsors that we have. The first one being the Facebook of the LS community, which she just mentioned about being a swinger, lsswirl.com. Next up is the hottest adult magazine on the web. Go there today. Get yourself a monthly subscription. You can get it paperback and get it digital. I'm talking about Eroticism Magazine. So go to eroticismmagazine.com and get yourself a subscription and go ahead and enjoy all the freakiness from women from around the world. Also, last but not least, and Melon owned, I'm talking about the one and only XSiteBunny.com for you content creators. 90% profit, no hashtag problems, and they even offer health care. And for you customers, a new place for you to consume the hottest XXX content from porn stars and content creators from around the world and the internet. So go to XSiteBunny.com, whether you're a consumer or you're a content creator. Either way, get a profile. Also, check me out on Full Swap Radio. So go to FullSwapRadio.com Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You get to listen to me chop it up with the hottest names and faces from legends to newbies of the porn industry. And we keep it real and we talk about the business of porn and everything that's with it. Also, check us out on SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com, as well as the BGP LLC app on their SGP radio station. Now, with that being said, I'm going to show them and let this sexy, beautiful, gorgeous woman from head to toe, that's right, the face is just as pretty as the feet. Wait till you see the toes. Introduce herself.
Well, my name is Sophie. I go by Sophie Baby. I'm originally from Connecticut, but I live out in Arizona. Have for the last, I guess you could say, 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I'm 25 years old. And yeah.
And what's interesting is you coming in the game actually young, because a lot of women really lately don't start their porn career until their late 30s or 40s, period. And I don't know if you have noticed that or what have you. How it feels to be. Do you think you coming in at 25 gives you advantage of longevity in this business versus someone that's walking in their 30s or 40s?
Absolutely. I think that, but also allows me to learn and find what I need to find sooner rather than later. Like I have friends that are older than I am that have been in the business, and they're like, you know what you like, you know what you want, you're very confident, you're very, I guess you could say, sexually versed. And they're like, I wish that I had that when I was your age. I wish that I was able to basically have their niches or niches. I'm not sure how to say the word, but yeah. I do feel like I came in when I was 22 is when I first started creating, and I've learned a lot. I think I'm still learning. There's still a lot to learn, but for sure, I think being younger in it gives me an advantage for longevity. Yes.
So what brought you to the business? What got you into this?
So I started off in the lifestyle as a swinger, and somebody that was a playmate for me. He was like, "Hey, I know someone who's making money off of the videos that she makes when we play with each other and stuff like that, and she's not even that attractive, and so I feel like you." You're right. He's like, I feel like if you get into it, you can make some good money. I was like, all right, bet. So I made an OnlyFans, and that's where it started.
So you basically your content creation started with you working with a play partner and everything. So was this, or did you started really doing solo?
It's solo, really, and just, I guess you could say, just the people that I swung with, people in the lifestyle who were okay with being recorded and sharing that.
Okay, most definitely. So, so when you got, like I said, when you got in the business, you started recording and what have you, and everything. What was the first site that you started putting your stuff up on?
First site, and honestly, only site that I use to sell right now. I have other profiles, I just don't use them yet, but it's just OnlyFans, because I started on OnlyFans before OnlyFans became popular, but I'm glad I stayed on it because now everybody's on it, and now it's just so interchangeable. It's like, hey, go subscribe. You don't have to make an account and stuff like that. I feel like OnlyFans is just easier.
Most definitely. So, so when you was filming, how often did you film? What was the frequency of you filming? And one with the boy girl, and then I'm pretty sure you did solo content. So what was your frequency for both? Because part of OnlyFans, because I do know when I first was on there back in a while back, they used to email the fuck out of you to make you update.
Oh, really?
You haven't updated in a week. You need to post something or we taking your account down. I was like, damn, for real? Oh. Period. Everybody has their way of, premiering and dropping their content. Not everybody want to drop content every day or weekly. So, how often did you film to keep up with the demand and to keep new content?
So when I first started and versus how I do it now, I've learned to do it differently. Before, I was kind of just dumping stuff every week, every day. Now that I have longer, so It was, yes, more single stuff just because I wasn't always trying to get up with somebody to create something. And a lot of the times, guys just want to see you by yourself. You know, there are some guys who want to see you with male partners, but a lot of the time they just want solo things. So when I was first starting, I was dumping it often. I was putting up stuff often. Now I restarted my OnlyFans. And what I'll basically do is I'll put up every other day or so. I'll drop some pictures, and like I'll drop a clip or two a week. And I have like a subscription for my OnlyFans, so
Mhm.
I'll put longer clips on my page, and then in the DMs I'll have the full videos for purchase. And I would say I put those out every other week, like full videos every week, every other week. Now I can actually keep up with that now that I'm dealing with other creators, and now I got a bunch of content too, so it's easier to pick and choose when I want to drop and how often I do. But I would say every other week is a long video, and every other day is some pictures or some sort.
Mhm. So when you started to branch out to deal with other creators, that you know, you kind of change up your business model from just working with your swinger play partners to working with other creators or what have you. So what made you decide to go that route, and two, what the criteria that you use to pick the people you work with? Because um it's more than just picking somebody that you want to necessarily fuck. You also got to think about, can this motherfucker sell?
Exactly.
Can he make me money or whatever? So what's some of the criteria that you go by because I'm pretty sure you have plenty of male talent hit you up.
Yeah. So before, to answer the first question, what made me decide to start working with other people is when I actually decide to be more business about it. So
Okay.
before, for a point, like the majority of the time, I would say up until April, I kind
Mhm.
of more did it as it was a hobby. It was fun to be an exhibitionist. People wanted to see me. Okay, cool. Here, this is where you can pay to do it. And it was more just showing off and having fun and getting that reassurance and all those. But when it got to be demanding, when I actually got like
Mm.
a lot of fans and a lot of people that, hey, when I would take breaks and stuff from it, because it wasn't paying me like that, so it wasn't like I didn't see it as a job; it was a hobby. And
Mhm.
once it started to get demanding, I was like, all right, I got to become business about it. And I just switched everything on how I do everything. And now I actually promote myself. Before I didn't really promote myself, I would just put it out there like, hey, if you want to see my OnlyFans or if you want my private Snap or something like that, here's the information. But not like now. I'm promoting myself every day,
Mhm.
basically on some type of platform, keeping up with it. So that's kind of what made me decide to start working with other people, is because that's growth, that's networking, that's other markets, that's more money, that's more clients, it's more exposure. So when it comes to whom I work with, that kind of goes back and forth. Like me, if I see your page and I think that you're a dope person, but you don't really have that big of a following, or
Mhm.
I like your work and stuff like that. It really just depends on the quality of their work, things that they're into, because they gotta be on the same frequency as me. I'm very fetish, kink friendly,
Mhm.
very lifestyle. So I can't just create with someone who isn't going to match my flow, I guess you could
Mhm.
say. So
Almost definitely.
there's that. And then if I don't see them promoting their work, then I'm not going to work with them, because my work with you is going to come at a dead end stop. It's not
Mhm.
going to continue to grow, and people aren't going to find me. So
Mhm.
what's the difference between working with you as a creator opposed to just fucking someone's personal life and using that video? Now I don't need, that's like a free fuck in a sense to me. Like, why would I even?
Yeah, because a lot of girls go off of if I want to fuck him. So how much is that important in your decision versus the other parts?
it's just as important as the other parts. If I'm not attracted to you, if there isn't some type of, because it's not just physical for me, a mental connect is needed as
Mhm.
well. My pussy don't get wet if I'm not here with you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if if we're not cool vibing, like I like to meet my talent that I work with before I actually work with them, and
Mhm.
see their socials and interact with them really before that. If I'm not
Yeah, me too.
attracted,
Because I used to deal with girls getting an attitude because I might hit them up and say "good fucking morning," and I'm like, really, period. And plus, if we're doing content trade and we're doing a bunch of shoots, and you're traveling to me when you want to get to know me to see that I'm not a crazed individual that might murder you if you come this way. I'm just
right?
saying.
Yeah, that's off to me. I mean, I like to have the some type of interaction. It can remain personal for sure. I would rather it remain personal, but I
Mhm.
at least have to vibe with you. At least have to have some type of, okay, well, at least we're gonna have some type of chemistry when we create. If there's no chemistry, then that's
It's
boring.
not gonna look good.
It's
No.
gonna, yeah, it's super. I can't do nothing scripted. In general, I can't do nothing I don't want to do. So if you don't make me want to be there, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, because even with me, um, because that's why I tell people we have to woo each other.
Hmm.
Not necessarily woo to where we fuck each other off camera and dating. No, woo to where she feels good about shooting with me. I feel good about shooting with her.
Hmm.
Period. And also that you also find her attractive and she find you attractive. Because, you know, that's why I tell anybody when it came to content, if I feel the female didn't find me attractive, no, I was not going to shoot with her because I know you're not going to give me your best go because it's kind of
Right.
more like going through the motions, and I don't want no one to go through the motions
Hmm.
because it's too important to what we're doing. Because also add into not only that we just fucking on camera, we're fucking with a purpose. That means I have to be mindful of the camera, I have to be mindful of angles, positioning, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So you kind of need that chemistry for that shit to even work within itself.
Exactly. Absolutely. If we can't, like, I was just shooting earlier, right?
Mhm.
And we're over here, we're laughing, like some of that stuff's gonna have to be cut out, but I like that banter, that back and forth. It's only gonna make the content better when people can see that this is real. A lot of people hate that fake porn. That's why I don't even go
Yeah.
to real porn sites to watch porn, because it just looks so, oh, they're just getting fucked. Like Twitter porn is
Mhm.
so much better because
But
it's
see,
real people, real experience.
but see, the reasoning why is because once again, in real porn, you're choosing your male talent versus if you go shoot for the major companies, the male
Hmm.
talent chose for you. So now I
Hmm.
got to develop chemistry within 15 to 20 minutes before we shoot. Versus, let's say me and you was hooking up to talk about content. I'm retired now, so don't be, you ain't gotta worry about trying to holler at you about doing a scene. Even though if I was active, I damn sure would have hit you up, and I think we would have worked out. I think we would have worked together because I think we got a camaraderie. But it, even with me, it's kind of like it makes the reason why the content creators content come out better because we had the opportunity to get to know each other, to talk, to gain some type of chemistry. Even though me and you may not met face to face, we done talked enough over the phone via text and DM that we kind of got to know each other to a certain extent, to where
Hmm.
the ice is broke. Versus if you're coming on set and we never seen each other, now we got to try to establish that chemistry quickly.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
you kind of don't know how to navigate their bodies. You don't know what they like. You don't know what you can and can't do. You don't know what's gonna get them going. What's gonna make them make noises and stuff. It's not. It's yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
which means that if you ain't a person that reads the room well, that scene ain't gonna go well. Period.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why a lot of people don't like Hollywood because one, it's the misconception that they're not fucking for real. They are fucking for real, but because it's Hollywood, they automatically assume they're faking it. Because ain't no fucking way that you gonna fake getting fucked by Shane Diesel. That's not happening. His dick is too big. You know what I'm saying? No way in
Yeah.
hell you gonna fake getting fucked by Richard Mann. Look at the size of these motherfuckers. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the reason why more people like the amateur porn, because it's more relatable and the talents are able to pick and choose and develop chemistry well before they even see each other on camera.
Absolutely. And I think that you can pull more out of a creator and have it be way more personable within the fans than you
Yeah.
can a bigger porn star. A lot of people like that they can talk to me, that they can get customs, they can see me on FaceTime, they have that interaction, they see what I do on daily lives. Like that entices them to want to see what happens behind closed doors with me. With porn stars, it's like, okay, here, you get what you got, it's porn, and then it's like over, you know?
But just to let you know, you do realize you're a porn star, right?
Well,
You just,
I'm not like with no major companies or nothing. I don't want to work for them.
nah, see, I hate when people say that shit because that's the same bullshit they tried to say back when I came in the game. It's not about you shooting with the major companies. For example, does it not make you a porn star if you're shooting with with major talent that they're booking, and you're shooting as if you're a studio born yourself, meaning that you're giving the same quality the studio's giving? Does that not make you a porn star?
I
You
mean, I
know,
guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. 'Cause
it's kind of like this. Like I tell somebody, for example, if you're let's say, if you are consider yourself an actor and you was in a small role on an independent film, does that not make you an actress? Yes, it does. So it's kind of the same thing here. What makes a content creator different from a porn star is a porn star shoots to be professional. A content creator just shoots to shoot to try to make a quick buck. They're
I
not
feel
gonna,
it.
so they're not gonna take the time and effort to bring quality to it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Even
yes,
to when, go
no,
ahead.
yes, no, because even though I'm a content creator, I definitely strive to work with good photographers that are going to give me great quality work. You know, I
Yeah.
definitely have the amateur PO, amateur stuff that's not professionally done, but
hmm
I think I have a mixture of both for sure.
But see, the thing of it is, even though you supposed to have a mixture, because part of the amateur shit is now part of the makeup of our porn, of
Mm-hmm.
our day, of what we do now. Just like
Mm-hmm.
with me, I used to despise POVs, but I had to start doing POVs because that became something that people wanted. Period. I just made sure that it still looked professional. You feel me? And even with the amateur videos, it can still be amateur and shot in 4K. You feel where
Yeah.
I'm coming from? Period.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's just how you package it. But
Mm-hmm.
from looking at your Twitter feed, like I said, you don't move like a content creator, baby. You move like a straight up porn star, from your pictures, to the people that you work with, to how you shoot. You feel what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So to me, it's kind of like you have graduated from being a content creator to a porn star. So with that being said, what are some of the male talents that you have worked with?
Well, I haven't really worked with any big creators yet. I had plans made, but some things just fell through. I'm more just working with
Yeah.
photographers that are more known in like the foot community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a creator that he's coming up. His name is Dreads Way. We both met in the swinger world, and we've been swingers together for a while, and then he got into content, and I would say that he's probably one of the bigger faces that I definitely put my work out with. But other than that, it's definitely more just creators. It's not no big names yet. I say yet because I have definitely been talking to some people, and it's just the matter of taking that leap to go to on somebody's bigger website. you know
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm ready or comfortable with it yet. Just giving somebody my work who is going to really make a lot of money off of me, and I'm over here on a smaller scale. But that's just the way that it runs. I got to do
Mm-hmm.
that to get bigger.
But see, the thing of it is that, see, that's the thing that girls gotta take into account. Putting you on the biggest stage puts you on a stage with a broader audience. And let me tell you how this works so girls can understand.
Mhm.
Let's say you do Plumper Pass, because Plumper Pass is the biggest thing for BBWs. Okay. You being on Plumper Pass, guess what the guy's going to do when they see your video? They're going to Google Sophie Baby. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Which in turn, they're going to start spending money with you
Mm-hmm.
because they're not going to go back to him to see you. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I tell females, what you might be giving up that scene for that paid gig, because we're talking about paid gigs here. And then I'll move over to the content trade situation. Shooting with these major companies puts you in a different light, puts you in a different circle. Plus, it also enables you to connect with other male talents and female talents that is on a level above you that you can get work out of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, and I definitely get that. That's partly why I worked with. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Joey's Feet Girls, but he's a pretty well known. He's pretty well known in the foot community. I worked with him last month, and I've already had people who've seen me on his website come and find me. So for sure, definitely, I see how that works, and I know I gotta give a little to get a little, and it's just I want to make those right choices.
And then with the content trade, like I tell girls, it's not about the dick, it's about the right dick. You do content trade with established male talents that got a good following so that you can tap to their following. Because once again, if they say you shot with Rome Major per se, you're on his site. His fan base is going to gravitate to you because they done saw you. And plus, it also makes you look more professional because you shot with a established male talent versus an up-and-coming one. Now, there's nothing wrong working with the up-and-coming ones if they take it serious. That's the kicker. You know, ain't no point to me doing these shoots and ain't nobody going to see the shit.
Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, some guys just wanna fuck, but and that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna work with anybody who's not promoting their work, putting out new work, actually trying to get followings, get things circulated. I'll work with smaller people, but you got to be putting in your own work too.
Yeah. So I see that you make it a point to implement your fetishes into your scenes and what have you, especially your feet fetish. And you really are into the feet. You really into the feet, what have you, because like I said, you got to have pretty feet to do feet fetish, ladies and gentlemen. And she does. So how much do you make it a point, even with your boy-girl scene, that you implement foot fetish?
I say feet is a part of every shoot that I do now. It doesn't have to be foot focused, but my feet are going to be somehow incorporated in what I'm doing. And you said that I make it a point to incorporate my kinks and fetishes. It's not even like making it a point. It's more of that's just what I like. That's what I do. I don't do anything outside of that. So that's just like, that is the work that I do.
Word.
But yeah, feet has, man, I actually started in the foot community, I want to say in June, end of May, beginning of June is when I entered the foot community. And it's just like, I actually have the fetish, the things that I do, I actually enjoy all of that work. Those are all things that I like. So now that I've been doing more feet stuff, I've just been, I guess, indulging in that fetish. And now, like I say, it's just a part of what I like. It's a part of what I do. If I don't have it, if it's not incorporated, it's not doing it for me. In a sense, it's not taking it there. It's not nearly as pleasurable as it could be.
So that means when I'm filming with you and I hit the missionary, I better have a toe in my mouth.
What'd you say?
I say if I were filming with you, we were doing missionary, I better have a toe in my mouth.
Well,
I'm just joking. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, sucking toes is cool, but like my thing is like, I'll probably, and you won't even realize it, or some people that they'll look at my feet like, what is she doing? Like, I'll put my feet on your chest. I'll put my foot in your, I'll play with your beard with my toes. I'll wrap my feet around your neck, or like if you're giving me head, I'll put my feet on your head. I'll rub my feet on your muscles, on your dick. Like, that's just, it's how I move. And they're like, some guys who aren't used to feet, they're like, what is this? I never thought I would like this, or this is new, but you got pretty toes, so I fuck with it.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I found towards the end of me in porn. When a girl does missionary, she take her feet and put it on my nipples and rub her nipples as I hit the missionary with her big toe.
Mm-hmm. It feels
And
good, don't it?
yes, it does. And the visual picture wise for a still is hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hot. So with your because I'm sitting here seeing that you also is a rope bunny. I see you as submissive because I'm seeing this woman beat the living shit out your ass with this damn horsetail whip. And so, how deep are you into the BDSM lifestyle?
I am very kink. So I'm a switch. I'm both submissive and dominant. I haven't created much dominant work, but um, kink is just it's a very big part of me. Um, I like to I enjoy my nature is to be more submissive than dominant. So I enjoy my ass beat. You know, I enjoy tying up, the rope play or sensual
Mm-hmm.
play, sensory play, tie me up, I don't want to see, or um those I like role play, and I like being hit the most out of kink, I would say.
See, you speaking to a dom here, so you just touching my heart.
It's okay. It's okay too. It was just coming into my mind like kink is so important for the mental space as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that also heightens the work that you're doing when you have that dom who knows how to handle his, and his sub is just giving all that, the power behind that just makes
Mm-hmm.
the better.
Yeah, because anybody because too with you being the fashion BDSM lifestyle, you tap into a very niche market, which is an actual lucrative market, especially when it comes to feet fetish and everything. So with that, how much are you planning to expand your repertoire scene wise into the BDSM realm?
That's actually some work that I'm a photographer that I just met with last week to focus on some more BDSM stuff opposed to, because I mean I do so much, like I'm into knife play, I'm into gun play, I'm into the more
Oh
extreme.
my God, I would enjoy working with you, but go ahead.
I'm into a lot of extreme things, yeah, and just a lot of that stuff. There's so many different sides to me, so many different things that I like. I'm working now to try and capture all of those things in a not so super amateur light.
Yeah, most definitely. So now, people, you know what time it is. It's that time of the show where the pussies go dry and the dicks go limp. Let's talk about the business. Now, this is part of the episode where we talk about the business side of things. And we're not just talking about the fucking and the sucking, no, people. We'll get back to that in a second. Speak to how much work you have to put in to make the money, promotions, marketing, all that good stuff. Because a lot of time people think they just as simple as you fuck, you drop, you make money. It's not that simple.
Thank you. It's not that simple, and there are some producers or that try and make it seem like it's that simple. It's not. You have to take pictures daily. You have to take content weekly, every other week. You really have to try and build up a lot of different types of things, a lot of stuff to sit on before you can even start putting out your work. And now, when once you create your platforms, now you have to get a following, and you have to network with other people because that's going to get you more markets, and that in itself is so time consuming, and it takes a lot of energy, and just because a lot of people aren't just going to look at you, oh, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe. They like to know who you are, they like to know what you're about, and to be active, that was a big adjustment for me. um and in the sense of marketing, that's a part of also why I didn't want to do the business side of things so much, because I didn't want to market myself. I never wanted to be a, hey, look at me, pay for me, choose me kind of girl. But now it's like there's so much money to be made. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a taste. I'm going to see what you're going to see what I'm about. If you want to subscribe, cool, but I'm going to keep pushing my stuff out there, and the more people see it, the more they're going to be interested in it, the more that they're looking out to see what's coming up next. So the business side, yeah, you got to keep on making work. You got to keep on staying current. You got to unfortunately, follow the trends. A lot of people want to see the same stuff that other people are doing, you know. It's a lot of work. It's super time consuming to edit you said, oh, do I edit my own stuff? That in itself takes a lot of time. Figuring out where you're going to store all of your work and organizing, that's super time consuming, especially because when I first started, I didn't have anything organized. It was for fun. It was for a hobby. Now I'm like, oh, somebody wants, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Sorry, I got a phone call. Now somebody wants a certain kind of work, and I'm like, oh, I created this video 2 years ago. Let me go try and find it. And it's just you staying organized, staying on top of it, staying active on your accounts, the engagement. It's all very time consuming, and you can't just jump into it and expect yourself to make. For a long time, I didn't make a lot of money at all. I was only making like 20, 40, 60 bucks on my OnlyFans a month. And now that I put in the work, my stuff it's continuing to grow because my fan base is getting larger. My people who want to see me is all just increasing.
Yeah, because the thing about it, even from my experience of being in business, is that if you drop off on the promotion and the business side, your money will pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I would try to, tell females. You can't be out of eyesight for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. Yeah, you have to stay current. You have to stay on top of your accounts because then I noticed like I didn't for a while, and then your engagement goes away. They're used to not seeing you, and then now they don't really care. It's not really fully that, but you know.
Yeah, because one, we're in the microwave era. So what's here today, gone within 2 days, or gone tomorrow. So it's kind of like, even to when I think about, the rate that girls feeling back in the day and the money they made, versus now the work that girls got to put in just to make the money that girls was making back in the day, and they didn't have to do as much because it's more of a demand and it's more people in the game and more competition.
So many more people. From when I first started, nobody knew about it. To now, everybody knows about it, which is a good and a bad thing. But now everybody has an OnlyFans. Yeah. So you really have to try and stick out from the next girl, and that's why I like that I'm kink fetish, because I have my group of people who want to see what I do, opposed to, oh, she's just a throat go, or oh, she can just squirt. When you're doing just the basic vanilla stuff, everybody can do that stuff, but not everybody's going to bend over and let you beat their ass blue and be happy about it. Or I'm trying to think of it. All of the stuff that I do is so normal to me, I really forget what it's like to be vanilla.
Yeah, I haven't been vanilla. I don't think I ever was vanilla in my lifetime, even as a teenager. So I don't know what vanilla is, to be honest with you.
It's so funny. I forgot what it was until today. There was someone that I had created with in the past, and it was just a solo back and forth thing. He's totally vanilla. And I like how we had sex and stuff. It wasn't crazy, it wasn't kinky, but had a good time. So I hit him up to see if he wanted to create, and he got I guess you could say camera shy, because my girlfriend was there. Not girl, like we're not dating, but my girlfriend was there, and it wasn't working. And I'm like, this is this is so weird to me that he's like not okay with fucking in front of other people, because me, I'll go and fuck in a room of 20 something people. I got people cheering me on at a swinger party or something. Everybody's making comments, and that's just
I was never camera shy. Now that's one thing I can say. Now I was nervous for my first scene because it was the first time I was actually on camera and it was serious. But I had never been camera shy, period. And that's what I mean when it comes to dudes. You have to think about this when you step into this game. Dude, can you handle someone else in the fucking room filming y'all? Because not every shoot, especially if you're trying to go to a certain level, you're not going to be the one filming it. It's going to be a
Absolutely.
cameraman.
And that's also something that you got to become okay with. I had to become okay with somebody else shooting my work because I did my stuff by myself for so long. I had to get used to somebody else shooting me and me not basically seeing my work as I'm getting it done. And that too, like you were talking about vetting people in a sense. I have to vet with photographers that I work with. I have to know that how their shoot is gonna work for me because not gonna lie, I've worked with people and I'm like, this isn't how I wanted to be shot at all. And I just learned a lot of lessons the more I'm I guess going through it.
Because I'm sitting there looking at you getting fisted. I'm like, damn. That what I'm talking. God damn, you just creaming as he fist the shit out your ass.
Well, my pussy, not my. I can't take no fist in my ass.
Oh no,
But
I think with the pussy, I don't want no ass. I'm seeing pink. I ain't seeing no what call it. But
no, I was gonna say no. There are people who like to get fisted.
Oh yeah.
When you bring that up and people say, oh, that's so crazy, you can fist, and I'm like, that's just so regular to me.
That's a turn on to me. I'm sorry, that's a turn on to me. God dang it.
That's a kink of mine. I like to be stretched.
I see me and you would have worked very well together if we ever worked together. I swear, because it's just me thinking of the scenes that I could deal with you alone. would have been cross the gambit. So, as far as your sexual repertoire, because we do know you do anal. You do anal, correct?
I do.
Okay, and which means
Which
that
selects. I'm very, very picky with whom I'm doing. That's one of the ones where I'm like, you will. We got to see. But yeah, I do it.
Yeah, because some dicks just ain't gonna fit in the ass. I'm sorry. And not every girl built. Even though some girls might take it in the ass, we talking about porn dicks here.
Exactly.
Talking about porn dicks here, because that 11-inch may not be a skinny dick. It might be a thick beer can out this bitch you put in your ass. You know, period. So, are you into gangbangs? Or that's something you plan to do in the future?
So I was supposed to have a gangbang shoot. I think that I would do one shoot to see for the content of it. I think that I'm open to it for the content of it. In real life, do I actually like it? Realistically, no. Because there's always somebody in my throat and in my fucking face. I can't breathe half the damn time.
Yeah.
And, it just coordinating those positions aren't comfortable. It's not fun to have to be propped up, and it's hard to take dick in your ass and pussy at the same time. So, and then some mouth too.
That part.
When it's real dick, okay, don't get me wrong. When it's like a real dick and then something plastic, that's way easier to take than two real dicks. And
yeah,
so I'll do it for the content. Do I really enjoy? I'd rather have two guys and another female, or all females, or you know what I mean. But I'm more or less dick.
Yeah, because even with me, like someone asked me, could I participate in a game? Like I said, no, because I don't like fighting over pussy.
Exactly.
Because
everybody's always just trying to get into her in some way. And as a female, that's super tiring.
Yeah, man, it's super tiring. And imagine the dude, they got to sit over there and jerk off and wait his turn.
Exactly.
He up there sad, looking sad as shit, jerking off, waiting for his turn to get in the mouth of the pussy of the ass.
Exactly. If you have someone that you can share with, I think that's way easier than just being the only female there. Now, don't get me wrong. That now gives you plenty and ample dick. So if you're the type of girl to keep needing and keep going and keep wanting, that's perfect for you. Which I am, but just not all three holes at once.
Yeah. Because but see, putting a gangbang is hard as fuck anyway. Because you got to find enough dudes that's willing to fuck in the same room and fuck behind each other. Because people really think. I remember even with Fat Life, we're talking to girls trying to get them to work. I really would like to do a gangbang. I'm like, babe, I don't even know enough motherfuckers to give you a gangbang. Because the average dude want one-on-one. They're not necessarily gonna, or if they do, let's say a threesome or something or a train, it's gonna be with their homies, and it's a rarity.
Yes, exactly. finding the right group of men that are okay with, hey, your dick might touch someone else's dick. The holes are so damn close, or
I'm saying.
or being in somebody's face. It's a lot of man, and the men have to be really secure in themselves, and okay with their own sexuality to be okay with having another man there. And like you said, fucking after another man. Yes, a
Yeah,
lot of
and for the woman, you dealing with different size dicks because not every dude had the same size dick. So you might have a 12-inch that's in your pussy, then he comes back as a 9, and the 9 is thicker than the 10. Or the
right, because I'll look at the three of them and I'll say, okay, fucking ass, but you two cannot, because I'm not taking that horse dick in my ass,
Hell no. So, which I always ask girls this about their brand, because as you get further in this business, you develop your brand, period, which encompasses the type of scenes you shoot, what you into sexually, even to the male talents that you choose. But also at the same token, sticking to what works for you versus others. Because as you can tell, porn is becoming more extreme now. The vanilla porn is, people don't necessarily want that. They want to see the BDSM. They want to see the gaping with the anal. They want to see the gangbang, the bukakis, and all that good stuff. So how do you navigate that world, but yet still do you to where it don't compromise you? You get what I'm saying?
I don't get what you're saying.
Okay, put it this way. Like, for example, there may be a girl that's not into gangbangs, but she decided to do a gangbang because it's like her fans want it, and it seemed like she gets, thrown some money to do a gangbang.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that she may not be into. You feel where I'm coming from?
Oh.
Or a girl that might do anal, but because she wants to get more work, even though she don't like anal, would never taking her ass, she does it anyway. You get what I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So how do you navigate what you willing to do versus what you won't do, and stick with the won't do, and without trying to conform with the industry, making you do shit that you won't do or you don't feel comfortable in doing, just to get a booking or to get ahead or to gain more fans?
So for me, what I won't do is what I won't do, and I've learned those things through my lifestyle. A lot of what on camera, if I haven't already done it, if it's not something that I'm open-minded to and have interest in, then I'm not going to do it. As a whole with anything, like, if I'm not all there for it, if I'm not around, then I can't bring my body to do it. I'm going to seem uninterested. It's that the chemistry is not going to be there. I won't. But when it comes to what I'm able to compromise on, I'm not gonna lie. I made a compromise with myself once for the exposure, yes, of working with someone that I typically would not work with. And it was because I guess it was my own bias behind it. I mean, it's my preference of what I liked, but I chose to work with them because of the gain that I was going to get. And it wasn't like I was going against myself or making myself do anything I was uncomfortable with. I think that's where it draws the line, where I'm actually uncomfortable to opposed to what I'm open-minded to. Does that
Yeah, that answers the question. Yeah, because what I hate is when a girl entered the industry that she leaves, and then she just makes it seem like the industry destroyed her life, that they made her do things she didn't want to do, and girls make it seem like they don't have a choice in this business, which is unrealistic because you do have a choice.
You have a choice every time. You don't have to sign that contract. You don't have to fuck that person. You don't have to work with them. It's completely your choice. Now, whether you want to gain from the choices that you make, that's a choice that at the end of the day that you're making. Absolutely. And I see that. Oh, I really didn't want to, but you chose to. You still did it. You have a choice. You have a say. Period.
Yeah, that's why I say there's no such thing as a victim in this business. Now, it's a victim when you on set. And like in the case of one lady where she just got totally brutalized on set a couple of years ago, period. But it's a difference between the shoots went well, You made your money, but now that you're done with the business, you want to trash it. You know, and I hate when people do that, because at the end of the day, you chose to do this business and you chose to participate in it and you chose to take the money from it. You know, because that's one of my biggest issues. Like with Mia Khalifa, she always trashed the porn business. I'm like, well, if it wasn't for the porn business, woman, we wouldn't know who you are.
Well, true. And also, you said before boundaries. How do I make my boundaries? If they don't know within themselves where their boundaries are and they allow to overstep them, that's where they end up getting hurt at the end of the day. But if you have to have a tough skin in this. You have to, especially as a female, you have to be able to stand up for yourself, say what you are and you aren't okay with. If you don't stick to your boundaries, you allow these, because producers will try and get you to do things that you are not okay with, but you have to stick to your guns and be like, nah, I'm not doing this. And that's how I stay out of those situations. Knowing my boundaries and knowing where I stand.
Now, here's the question I want to ask. From what we done talked about, especially with the fact that with you doing content, you're able to choose your talents. Would you ever do a paid gig where the situation is different, where you don't get to choose your talent and you meet them the same day?
See, that would depend on how much money I'm making out of it. I've had that be brought to me, and so a glory hole situation. I'm not okay with a glory hole situation because I'm very picky with who I play with. I'm not okay just going into a room and this is a random dick, and I'm not okay with that. But if I'm going to be making a considerable amount of money from it, if it's going to get me exposure and get me more money, more clients, then it's a choice that I have to make. Money opposed to me being uncomfortable, and that's where I create my boundaries and myself to know, can I really do this? Am I really okay with it?
See, there it goes back to, like I said before, all money ain't good money, people. Because ain't no point you done paid you $1,000 and afterwards you feel shitty.
Exactly, because the mental health in this industry is not really talked about, but it is very real. And just I was supposed to have a gangbang with a producer, and because anal was going to be involved mentally, that's a tough spot for me. And I already had something set up for aftercare. A lot of girls, they don't know, because they're not into kink life. They don't know about the
aftercare.
Yeah, they don't know what you need afterward to help you recoup from that mental space that you were just in. But that's where you have to, again, try those things before you go ahead and do it on camera. Because if you don't know your body and how you're going to react, you're going to mentally not be okay. And that's going to tarnish you from future projects that could be good for you.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, a lot of females do not understand the as well as men don't understand what's where I'm looking for, the mental aspect of this business. Because you not only got to physically prep for scenes, you got to mentally prep for scenes. You also got to come down mentally and emotionally from a scene after finish it. So what's some of the aftercare stuff that you do after you do a shoot?
So for me, I mean, it would depend on the shoe. I have tough skin. There's a lot that I know that I like. But if it, for example, if it's going to be a gangbang, my aftercare is going to be with someone that I have a deeper connection with, that can be there to kind of coddle me and hold me and just let me kind of release and feel the love and compassion that I was not receiving when I was being used in that scene. So I mean, I like to cuddle up. I like to lay up. If it's a BDSM scene, if I'm getting my ass beat afterwards, I like my dom to rub on, to basically essentially show me that affection and that attention, and that cater to that I am important and I am loved, and the work that I just put out there was appreciated. And I don't have a degradation kink. I have a praise kink. So I very much need that assurance afterwards.
Yeah, because each of the point, like I was playing somebody, even with me doing the shoot I'm doing now, mental prep starts the Monday. Getting in my mind about the shoot. Drinking juice so my cum would not taste as sour and stuff like that. Because like I said, people don't realize the prep that we have to do for everything. Even for a scene, even for an anal scene, you have to prep. Even for a vomiting scene, you have to prep. Yeah.
So much prep for an anal scene. You have to enema. You have to anal train. I have a plug-in for like a day and a half just to make sure that I'm going to be good to open. I didn't eat for like a good 12, 18, 20 hours beforehand because accidents happen, but not on my accord, So
trust me, I've been there when the accident happened. It was a fun thing. It was not fun.
What'd you say?
I said, I've been there when the accident happened. It's not fun. It is not fun by any fucking means. Because, man, I finished the scene, but I was like, God damn, really? And I wasn't even in the ass. Right. I was in the pussy. And she shit it. So what that tell you?
Also, prepping. There's a lot of work when vaginas aren't as easy as dicks. You can wash your dick off, you're good. pH gets thrown off so easily. You got to make sure that your cookie's right. You got to make sure that it looks good, meaning hair wise. You got to make sure your body is good, your makeup, your outfits. A lot of money goes into that type of prep. So it's not just like, just show up and let's just do this.
Yeah, but see, that's a misconception that we run into. And that's what I hate when the OnlyFans thing came in, is that it made it seem what we do is easy. It's not work. It's not a lot of things that we had to deal with, even to the point of being in this business, you had to curb your sex life. You just can't be willy-nilly in your sex life because, you know what I'm saying, TTS, the world sees that test. Not the public world, the porn world. So if you come up dirty, everyone sees that.
Yeah.
Period. And we know how people treat motherfuckers that come up dirty. It could be chlamydia. Your career practically over. Very few females is able to survive a dirty test.
Exactly. And there was something that you said that I wanted to comment on. Oh, your personal life. Now I'm very, I get tested every month, every 2 to 3 weeks. I try to stay on top of that, but I can't be messing around with anybody who is not a creator that isn't on top of their tests as well, that isn't on top of their sexual health, because that will affect my money. That will affect who I can work with, what I can get done, and I'm not trying to play with my money at this point.
Hell yeah, because trust me, there's a lot of male talents that came up dirty, their career's over as well as female, period. And even on the independent, because you might not get work on the high level, but even independent, you're going to have a hard time finding somebody to go and work with you, once that test come up dirty, So that's why I tell people, it's more to what we do than y'all can even fucking realize or phantom.
Yep, I had to cut people off because I'm like, you mess around with too many other people. I can't have that affect me. And it is not in these streets, especially in swinger life. Everybody's fucking everybody, but then they got people in the vanilla life. People in the vanilla life, they don't get tested nearly as regularly, so they're not used to it. And they low-key take it as an insult when you ask them about if they have a recent test, and because then they think that you're asking about them being dirty. Like, no, I just need to make sure that you're clean, because a lot of people out here slinging raw, and it comes back,
sir.
And then it's just a downhill. And you've already put so much time and effort into all this just to have now something that you may not be able to get rid of. It's not worth it.
Oh no. That's why I like, me personally, that's why I retired. I was like, I got tired of paying for that TTS show, and I'm paying for TTS and shoots ain't falling through. Nah, bro, I'm good.
Exactly.
Because I'm sorry, the one thing. Go ahead. Yeah, because that's a hurting feeling when you done paid all that damn money, and you know what I'm saying.
And now it doesn't fall through. Your shoot doesn't happen, and now
it's
only for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah, that's why you got so many motherfuckers that sit there and they'll make it a point, you know what I'm saying, that's why motherfuckers travel. That's why they go to Vegas. That's why they go to, because you have a higher chance of motherfuckers not flaking.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you know what I'm saying, guys not flaking versus if you go to a spot and, you know what I'm saying, or you in a spot where people don't frequent. They might cancel because they may not want to come to that area. You feel what I'm saying? So it's because like that's one of the things I fought. That a lot of girls don't want to come to Raleigh Durham. They'll come to Charlotte all fucking day, but they won't come to Raleigh Durham. Mm-hmm. So, and I just wasn't able to travel as much. So it's kind of like, you know, that's why I said with you being in Arizona, you're not that far from Vegas, you're not that far from Los Angeles. So you kind of have an opportunity to really grow in the business because of the area that you at. Versus, let's say if you was in Connecticut, you may not, well, no, because you an earshot in New York. You feel what I'm saying? And so, because trust me, the hardest part is finding somebody to film with sometimes.
So you're saying as a male, it's hard for you to find somebody to film with.
Yeah. You know,
yeah,
with females,
I just, if there's someone I want to work with, I'll just shoot them a message and they're always open to it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So with that being said, people, we're now to the end of another wonderful episode. And Miss Lady, I got to bring you back because there's so much we got to talk about. So can I call you a smoke buddy and expect you to come back?
Absolutely. I'd be down to come back.
No doubt. See, this makes me feel good. You feel me? So y'all heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Sophie Baby will be back. And she will probably be back on the Premium Smoke Room. Y'all know what it is. $4.99 a month. 7. I repeat the word 7 premium podcasts for you to listen to for $4.99 a month. On top of what you hear on the Smokers Lounge. So she'll be back on the Smokers Lounge, and we will bring her back also on the Premium Smoke Room. And Miss Sophie Baby, let me tell you about the Premium Smoke Room. We get more nastier. We get more dirtier. The girls might flash the camera. They might even suck on a dildo. No, they can't fuck a dildo on my videos. No, because I don't want to get taken down. But they can flash. They can suck on a dildo. We talk more dirtier. We talk more ranchier. We talk more and more candid. So if you want that, you need to subscribe. $4.99 a month to the Premium Smoke Room. So with that being said, baby girl, tell everybody where they can spend money on you.
My OnlyFans is the best way to come spend money on me. I do a lot of private sales as well. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. And that's basically it right now. You know, I definitely plan on expanding the platforms that I'm on, but I'm not sure exactly which ones I want to go on to yet because I am very kink fetish. So I got to make sure they're not going to be taking down my stuff. But
check out Xvideo. Xvideo is good. I'll tell anybody, I scream for that. And as well as, of course, I did say Excite Bunny, but, you know, Excite Bunny, because there's no hashtag. So you ain't got to worry about if you had a scat video, they take it down type situation. You know, and ManyVids is pretty fetish friendly for the most part. So, and you can make money many ways with them through, you know, the video sharing. They're premium. They also offer membership, direct buy, as well as profit sharing with the videos.
Okay.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Period. Yeah, they're blowing. Pornhub falling off. Xvideo is picking it up. So that's all I got to say.
People tell me I need to get on Xvideos. I haven't, but I will.
Yeah, trust me, it's worth it because I get a check every month, baby, and it's a nice one. It's a nice one. I can't complain, god dang it. It feels good to make money in your sleep. That's why we do this. So
exactly. Wake up to some money.
Most definitely. So with that being said, you know how we end this all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Say goodbye to the lovely listeners, darling.
Thank you for listening today. I hope to see you guys on my platforms.
Yes, and y'all go spend some money and she will be back. Y'all take care now.
You know, men are so visual too. Like if you're just doing like a long,
yeah.
You know, they just love it, and it's on their
derogatory words, calling people names.
Supposed to be in a society where we're supposed to be more progressive.
Especially because there's so many down low people in the BIPOC community, even in Latino culture, because it's so frowned upon just from our like elders that a lot of people don't even feel comfortable saying it out loud. And so they have these set like
Interested in finding the new girl. And I think there's still a lot of companies out there, that are still interested in that. But for me, I don't have patience. I just don't. I don't have patience.
And I color correct them to shoot like a boy-girl scene. I was like, buddy, like this is too much. And we get ready to shoot. There's a camera behind me and a light. You know, like that's all. You know, like the bright light. Every time I move away from it, you see the light. And I was like, can I please move it? He was like, you know, afterward, he's like, you know, you can take the camera out editing. Nobody's trying to do that. Nobody.